Before we get to today's episode, we wanted to let everyone know that April 29th is World Wish Day. This is an annual event honoring the anniversary of the wish that inspired the founding of the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
I'm sure you've heard of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, but until you get to experience it for your firsthand and see the joy that your child's eyes get as they're experiencing something that's just totally unimaginable to actually happen, you just don't get it. Like it's something just absolutely amazing and unforgettable. My son Jason's wish was to become a YouTube star. So Make-A-Wish had a big ask in front of them on how to figure out how do you make somebody a YouTube star. As my son was going through his treatments, he spent a lot of time on YouTube, and one of his favorite channels to watch was Annoying Orange. They reached out to Annoying Orange, who is based out of California. They flew us out to California. We got to spend the day with the whole team that puts those things together, and he actually got to star in a handful of episodes and do some voicings of some of their animated episodes.
So to help other children facing a critical illness also get their wish granted, we have created a fundraising site to help support the Middle Tennessee chapter of Make-A-Wish. There will be a link down in the description. We have a goal of raising $500.
My son's birthday was April 23rd. This year he would have been 13 years old. So between April 23rd and April 29th, we will match any donation up to that $500 goal.
Now, on to the reviews.
Cheers.
Cheers. Welcome back to Exploring Whiskeys. I'm Eric.
I'm Kevin, and today we're going to be exploring a whiskey from, my home state.
New Jersey.
Kinda. So this is Penelope 4-grain bourbon, and the company is based out of Basking Ridge, New Jersey.
I have no idea where that is.
It's north. I know that. That's about all I got. It's definitely a North Jersey region, but it's all sourced. So this is an MGP.
MGP. Interesting mash bill though.
Yeah, they've kind of messed around with
breaking it up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. So they use 3 different.
So you got a wheat
blends,
a wheat, a rye mash grain, and then mash bill, and then
like
the corn and barley.
Yeah,
and then they mix them together.
Yeah, so it does end up being mostly corn, 75-ish% corn, 15% wheat, pretty high wheat, 7% rye, 3% malted barley.
Should be sweet.
Should be sweet. It is not aged all that much. It's not chill filtered. And that was one of the things you can see. There's like floaters.
Floaters.
I don't know how else to say that. There's kind of floaters in this whiskey. It's non-chill filtered. So they're just filtering out the big chunks of wood or anything that comes through. But that's really, that's a heavy pour.
Yeah,
it's okay. It's only 80 proof. It's not going to.
This is the diet. The diet.
Yeah, it's odd. Going onto their website, they're actually using that as part of their marketing. Is the fact that it's, a pour, which who defines what a pour is?
2 ounces
is less than 100 calories. Now that's a heavy pour. So is that less than 100 calories? I don't know.
I'm gonna say it's a little bit more.
Maybe.
That's interesting though that they
going after the diet side. It's a little different. I have not seen any other whiskey try to pull that one off. It's grainy.
Yeah.
It's
a little bit of ethanol.
It's light, but it's cloudy. I mean, there's a cloud to that, and it's not the glasses.
It's just like a beer.
A little bit like an IPA or what is it? A Pilsner that's got that little bit of a cloudiness to it. I just get a lot of grain. That's really all I get off of it. I'm not getting as much sweet corn as I would have expected.
You will on the palate.
Oh yeah, super sweet.
Yep. You get that, just a heavy dose of corn. Very smooth, very sweet.
They're sweet. There's a little, why do I want to say mint? Like a little bit of a mint flavor to it. It's all sweet for saying it's a low rye.
Way after.
Yeah, it's just like
something a little sharp.
It's a pretty low rye to be able to pull off. It kind of, but there's a bit of a rye. I'm getting a little bit of a rye nose and a little bit of rye on that finish.
The nose, I get the ethanol. I got it the first go around. I got the second go around, and then.
And at 80 proof, why are you getting ethanol?
Yeah.
Seems a little funny. It's really light. There's not a lot to it. It's not overly complex. I will say we also have the barrel proof to do at a later point.
Yep.
And I do recall the barrel proof being more enjoyable because it was a little bit more complex.
Gotcha.
This is a little light. Is really all it comes down to. It's only, I don't know. I think it says on the bottle a minimum of 24 months. On the website it says 2 to 3 years, which makes sense. I mean, when you do a minimum, there's probably something a little bit heavier. But
I think it's because of the area. I kind of feel like that Eastern Shore, Northeast. Traditionally, I feel like it's more Scotch, rye, lighter, the lighter proof side. You think that's probably why they went that route, or you just think it's just because they went for a entry level flavor profile that might kind of.
So that was a lot of their website.
Might appease to everybody.
That was a lot of their websites was something a little easier to drink, something that would appeal to a broader audience, the low calorie. Like it was very much. It was just very much like that's what the focus was of a lot of their website marketing was about trying to make something that was, that is light and approachable for all to enjoy. It's actually on their bottle.
Yeah.
That's what they're going for.
It's
just not a lot to it.
No. I think the two of us would prefer a little more complexity.
Yeah.
And
I would agree.
A little more oomph.
Yeah.
A little more proof.
Yeah. A little more proof. I think that was the exact reason why I bought the barrel proof, because I was like, that could be good. But it's just not
it's
there.
something.
Like the notes are a little too muted. The proof is a little too low. It's just, it comes through. It doesn't come through sharp or anything like that for being young. Like I don't get sharp. But
curious to barrel proof if they follow the same.
The exact same mash bill. I don't know if it's exactly the same. I do know it's a 4 grain.
Okay.
So
I bet it's
my guess is, why would you change it?
Yeah.
If you're going to find something, go with it.
Well, but you got to think also, it's your entry level.
Yep.
Probably watering it down a little bit.
Yep.
Make it
stretch it out. Yep.
So can't blame them.
No, it's something you got to try. So the name is a little bit weird for a bourbon. Penelope. It just doesn't strike me. A lot of bourbons tend to nod back to some old-time distiller or something like along those lines. This is actually one of the founders. They're two guys. They were like best buddies growing up. They decided to open a distillery, and they named the company after. They were both their wives were expecting, and the one named it after they found out it was a daughter, and they were going to name it the daughter Penelope. They named the whiskey Penelope.
I feel bad for the other guy, man.
Yeah, well, I don't know what's wrong with his kid's name. It could be some weird name. You never know.
We don't need to go on that rabbit hole.
We definitely didn't. No, don't need to figure that out. And it's all family. Like they're like CEO and COO is the two buddies. The one wife is, I don't know, like in charge of marketing, and like it's super family owned, family concentrated. They're really into the whole process. I really got to think it's not been around for very long. Honestly, I only saw it starting in like last year, 2020. So it's not been around all that long. They're just getting their feet underneath them. I'm interested to see where they go. Because especially because of the
juice, or are they gonna be a source and blend?
I think they're going to be a source and blend, because there's nothing on their website about expansions. Yeah, but there's nothing about the expansions. I'm thinking of like Uncle Near's.
Right.
Like Uncle Near's is talking about the phases and all the expansions that they're doing. There was nothing on their website about that. Maybe I didn't dig in far enough, but I don't think so. So my guess is source for a while.
Well, they've got 4 bottles out right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe it's more they're all kind of a test, and they're going to kind of see how it goes, and Maybe at some point they'll open their own still
and go from there.
But if they're only aging 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, it's not too
it's not
long
that
of an
long.
investment.
No, so let's keep an eye on them.
I think it'll be interesting to see what they do,
especially you being from New
over
Jersey.
over the next handful of years. See what they do, whether or not. My biggest concern, property in New Jersey is not cheap. So a distillery is going to be really expensive, and there's not that level of grain up there. I mean, there's corn
and rye.
There's definitely corn in New Jersey, but it's not the right corn. It's like sweet corn. I don't know how that would ferment versus.
It could be an artisanal bourbon.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they do. To Eric's point, they have this bottle. They have a barrel proof. They have a bottle that's finished in like a rosé, but and that one's like 90 some odd proof. So it kind of splits the uprights on the proofing, and then they have a private select, but I couldn't find any information on that.
But the looks of that one's dark.
That looked really dark. I have to assume that might be some kind of a barrel proof that's aged a little bit longer, and they're doing it as like some kind of single barrel spinoff of some sort. Like you get to go pick your own.
Well, they're trying to cover, I think, the gamut there. They've got their entry level here, then a jump to the barrel, then a finished, and then a higher
single barrel type
of thing. So
they touched the four main, but a rosé finish sounds interesting. That's not one that I don't think we've sampled a rosé finish. Like we've done ports and rubies and
but I think it's like the scotches, they go for the sherry,
a little sherry,
something that's a little sweeter.
Yeah,
throw it in a rosé for
I don't know what that'd be interesting to see what it tastes like.
Yeah,
have to keep an eye out for that bottle, I guess.
I think overall, they hit the nail on the head here. It's one that kind of caters to a large audience
for what they describe as what they wanted to attain. They did.
Yep.
There's a little bit of, there's some sweet notes. There's a little bit of a rye note. It's not, the proof doesn't come through real strong. It kind of plays like just low key.
Yep. Yeah. Well, it'd be interesting maybe when we do the barrel proof.
Yeah.
Maybe kind of a side by side. See if it's the same. See if we pick up the same
notes,
but just with a little bit of heat to it. Be interesting.
Yeah, we can do that. There's enough left in that bottle that it'll still be around when we go to.
If not, I know someone else that's got another bottle too. So
yeah, right, exactly.
First trip to New Jersey.
Yeah, first bottle from New Jersey, or at least from a company based out of New Jersey.
Yeah.
That's what we forgot. $40.
Oh, yep.
Not bad. I mean, it's not.
I kind of feel that's a pretty standard investment these days.
Kind of think
somewhere kind of $35 to $40, $45.
About what a 750 is from from anything that's not a huge mass produced. Like an Evan Williams or a something Beam or one of those things.
Although it's hard to pass up that $25 handle of Evan Williams
bottle bond. Yeah, I know. No, you're it's totally.
I'd turn some friends onto that on the ski slopes.
Yeah, I'd totally rather have the Evan Williams at 100 proof than this. And it's cheaper. But I like where they're going. Mm-hmm. I think they got an idea. I'm interested to see where they go with that idea.
Yeah, it'd be fun to taste all four.
Yes.
Kind of see how each one builds off the other. Mm-hmm. And if it's worth. And imagine, again, it's probably all MGP.
Yep, it is.
But I'd be curious to see if they throw some stuff in the barn, try to come out with their own juice. But to your point, might be a little pricey to do it.
Yeah, doing it in North Jersey is not the place to do it. Property is it's not the place to do it. Property taxes, and I have no idea what distillation laws, because I know what like liquor laws are for liquor stores and bars and stuff. It's ridiculous.
Well, the only one from the area that I know is the Hudson Baby Bourbon.
That's New York, though, isn't
right?
it?
But I mean, just up the road.
Dude, trust me, it's different rules. New
No,
Jersey's
different
weird.
rules. Yeah. But I'm just
Property-wise, yeah, that's true. It's probably pretty expensive to house a distillery in wherever Hudson, wherever that one is in New York, it's probably not cheap either.
It's an easy drinker.
It's an easy drinker. It's a good
one that you just
first effort, right?
Yeah, drink this way.
Yeah,
Definitely,
yeah,
you don't think you need to add anything to it.
No.
It'd water it down even more.
Yeah, I think that'd be a bad call.
First trip down the Penelope lineup. I know we got one more for sure.
Definitely got one more.
Hopefully we can track
Want to
down.
find that rosé?
Try the rosé. I'm sure the other one probably be harder.
Probably. I'm thinking that's more
Oh,
of a
talk to Mitt.
maybe. Never know.
See what he can pull, because I know he's had this one in the other bottle in the store.
Yeah.
So. But, well, we hope you enjoyed our first review of the Penelope lineup. If you did, we'd encourage you to hit that like button at the bottom of the screen.
While you're down there, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the bell icon so you get notified every time we put out a new episode. Let us know, have you ever tried a Penelope or any other whiskeys from like New Jersey, New York, PA, like Philly area? Let us know, because we'd like to add it to the list.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for watching.
Cheers.